Okay, so Sean, should we get started?
Sure.
Tree just walked in, so hopefully he will wrangle all the animals.
Yeah, the clue is not in a temple or any place of worship.
Okay, guys. So let's start. Sean, I told all the searchers we're gonna, as you know, talk about our least favorite and most favorite clues as far as help clues. And so, Sean, why don't you start? What's your most favorite clue?
So I think that the clue I pick as my most favorite is going to be the Jason Ritter clue. I think that it's more helpful than anyone really knows yet, in a surprising way for me. So that one is my pick. Although I also wanted to give like a special mention to the Eric Balfour clue, and the follow-up clue that I think a lot of people correctly interpreted was trying to lead you back to the Eric Balfour clue. There's definitely a reason that we did that, and that reason is that there's something we're trying to get across with the combination of those two. It didn't get across with just the first one, so we tried to add something else to help it get across better. Your turn.
So that was very hard to hear because you have a big delay too. So I'm sorry about this technical issue. If anyone is in the chat with this live stream, let me know how I can deal with it. I saw Sean's lips moving, and it was hard to hear what he was saying. I hope you all could hear, and I hope you guys don't hear this awful sound.
It seems like it's all good to them, so you knew which ones I was going to mention anyway, so.
So Sean, so that's your most favorite?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. So are you ready for my favorite? Are you done with your favorite? Okay. My favorite clue is drumroll, Mark Parisi, Off the Mark. And I think his clue is very helpful because it definitely touches on method. And I think some people had a method and then they gave up on it. So it does confirm if you had this method. And if you're really struggling to find a method, I think it really, really helps with that. And also, as you all know, I really like Off the Mark comic strip. It's the first clue we had drawn for us. So I thought it was really a terrific clue. And I know Sean mentioned Dipper Pines, right, Sean? And yeah, I'd like to say, yeah, besides, that's one of my favorite clues too, but besides that, um, being one of my favorite clues as well, that's a wonderful show, especially for the treasure hunting communities. So if any of you guys don't know Gravity Falls, it's a great show. That's where this clue comes from, the character Dipper Pines. You guys should watch it. On the surface, it's a kids show, and but it is filled with codes and clues and puzzles all through the show. On a deeper level, I think adults can really appreciate it. It's created by Alex Hirsch, who's a genius, and there's all sorts of mysteries and treasure hunts in the show. And if you guys haven't seen it, you should see it. My daughter made me binge it last year when she was home from college, and she was totally obsessed with it when she was, oh, I don't know, probably around 10, 11. It's a great show. Okay, YY, I will try to mute it. YY tells me I should mute her YouTube if she's watching. Okay, is that better? You guys still hear me?
I can hear you, yes. I think for them, the experience is fine. You just need to mute your YouTube and only communicate through the StreamYard.
I thought that's what I am doing, but
Well, it's
okay.
working. It's working well enough. We'll just power forward.
Okay. We're just gonna power through it, so it's okay. Okay, so Sean, what is your least favorite clue?
So my least favorite clue, I would say kind of like by far, is the Lawyer Lamore one. I was looking back through the clues recently, and there's something we were trying to get across with the Lawyer Lamore clue, and obviously at the time we thought it was a good clue or we wouldn't have released it. But it's one that, looking back at, it's I would say don't waste any time on the Lawyer Lamore clue. We already gave another clue that's trying to accomplish the same thing in a much better way. So I would just, if I was a searcher and listening to me right now, I would just say, just throw out the Lawyer Lamore clue. You've got plenty of other clues. Focus on the other ones.
That is a big hint. Thumbs up for Sean. Yes, Tristina, cloning copy machine. That was a great episode of Gravity Falls. Thanks, Mike. He says everything's great. Sassy, you're the genius that told me to turn off my other YouTube. It worked. Thank you. I'm not getting that delay anymore. So, yay. So, okay, Sean. So my least favorite clue, and oh my gosh, I think this is going to be very controversial, and people are going to throw tomatoes at me when I say this. So, are you guys ready? Wil Wheaton. Right. Wil Wheaton is my least favorite clue. First of all, I adore Wil Wheaton. This has nothing to do with the actor. Love Star Trek: The Next Generation. He was hysterical in The Big Bang Theory. So, yeah, he's a really fun, creative guy. Big Bob Ross fan. He has a Bob Ross studio in his house, believe it or not. He really does. But as far as the clue, I think it's a little confusing. I think... Sean, do you want to elaborate? Because I know you have some direct feelings on this. I think something he did that he came up with himself, which was really creative and fun, but it's a little confusing, I think. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, so the clue is trying to convey more than one thing. So it's almost like there's more than one clue in it. But it's just, if you knew what we were getting at, if you knew what he was getting at in the clue, it would make perfect sense. But there's obviously been a lot of people that have been very confused by one of the things he said. And then the other part of the clue was, I think we agreed we were going to just say, the other part of the clue was trying to convey the state in some way. So if anyone wants to go back and see if they can figure out how we were trying to convey that, that could be a fun experiment for people. But yeah, I think it's actually, like, personally, I think it's a pretty helpful clue, but a lot of people interpreted it very, very wrong, and I think it led to some really deep rabbit holes.
And that's why it's my least favorite clue. And like Sean said, if you want to go back, it can be helpful, but it's a little confusing. And so, yeah, I would go back and just look at it, but I wouldn't spend too much time on it because, and I know a lot of you have been working on that clue lately because I see a little bit of the chat and people are talking about the games in the background and all that sort of thing. So, so, you know, it's a really fun clue, but yeah, a little confusing. Oh, by the way, guys, if you have a question in the chat, can you put like a Q or a question mark before you write it so I'll know which ones are the questions so I can make sure to get to those if we can. Let's see, Agnes. I like that you guys are talking about what stuff might be extraneous clue now to limit the rabbit holes a little bit. Yeah. So I know some people, Sean and I know some people were getting a little frustrated. So we wanted to come and talk about some of the celebrity clues and narrow it down a little bit. So, but I'd like to talk about my second favorite clue. I really love Max Fosh's clue. I think that's a really good clue. Well, first of all, I think Max Fosh, I know we're just talking about helpfulness, but I just like Max Fosh. I think he's hysterical. He's got a huge following, several million. And the reason I like his clue, because it gives you a lot. It doesn't just point to one thing, it points to multiple things. So I think that clue could be very, very helpful. I was surprised that a lot of you didn't know who he was. A lot of you did, but the only reason I was surprised is because he does treasure hunts sometimes. So I thought the community would be more aware of him. So you should check him out. He's hysterical. He does these great YouTube streams. Like he'll sneak into a national security convention, which is really funny. Or he took his sister to court because he claims she was the favorite child or something like that. He's really funny. You guys should check him out. But that's a really great clue. What do you think, Sean?
Yes, I agree. I'm looking at some of the chat, so let's see if I can answer some questions. I see my favorite has been Bob Ross. Yes, I agree. That was definitely a good clue as well. I think that might have been our favorite if we really thought we'd choose that one in some ways. But we're trying to pick ones that would also be very helpful for people. I think we both agree Bob Ross was very helpful.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. And then I see somebody is worried about the proxy item not being there. We are planning to check on it again soon. Like we do check on it now and then. And like it was in place for over 2 years as of the last check because it was in place well before the hunt even started.
Wait, Misty says, who would find it easier to retrieve the proxy, Fred or Xavier?
Yeah, I'm sure she's trying to get at something there interesting. I'm not sure. I'll say Xavier. That'll probably help her in some way I don't understand.
I like that question.
I see somebody that says, are there clues that require the description of the Instagram post to solve? Yes, there are. Let's see what else we got. Somebody said they thought Melissa Joan Hart's clue would be our least favorite since it was so basic. Could have been, but sometimes basic is good if that means people are going to understand it, right? Less rabbit holes.
Yeah, Cypher, yeah, he did do the gold Fosh hunt. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, Alan Max is awesome. Mike?
Mike says, tell us what secret online places does not mean. It does not mean detectivecollective.com. That was one of the rabbit holes that, yes, people were falling down, you know, and we just don't want to get in the habit of saying every little thing that doesn't matter, because then obviously if we don't answer something, people will know it does matter. But that is one that clearly a lot of people were tripped up on and puts us in a difficult spot as a creator, definitely.
Yeah. So Mike asked, when is the next celebrity clue coming? Yeah, we don't know. We're just gonna sit on these for a while, right, Sean?
So someone might, you know, this stream might be very helpful to people. Somebody might solve it without even needing another clue.
Absolutely. Some are easy to solve by solving them tells nothing. Mark Cuban solving down to Vincent's ear. Okay, Sassy. Oh, Agnes says you guys are telling a lot in this chat. Well, thank you for letting us know that, Agnes. Yeah, we're trying to be helpful. We want to take away some of the frustration because I know there are a lot of celebrity clues and some are definitely more helpful than others. You know, I really also like Jason Alexander's clue a lot. I'm a big Seinfeld fan, love the show, and I think a lot of you said you really like that clue as well. So I think some of you have figured out, some of you haven't. I'm not sure. I'm not in the chat that much, but I like that one. Do you like that one, Sean?
I do, yeah. That was our first clue, and I think we give a good one right off the bat. I see somebody just said, can the proxy be found with clues from the book only, not Instagram? And yes, so the whole punt was designed to be solved, obviously, just with the book. Everything else is more of a hint, right? The clues, what you need, the clues are in the book. The Instagram clues and the celebrity clues or hints or whatever you want to call them are helpful in different ways. There's different types of clues. But we were very intentional with how they are supposed to be helping you. But if you just had the book, you could have solved it, but it will be a lot easier with all the extra information if you're interpreting it correctly and not going down some of these rabbit holes we've seen people go down.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any other clue, Sean, that really stands out for you? Maybe not in helpfulness, but is there any celebrity that you particularly like or were particularly excited that we got to do this?
I think I touched on the ones I wanted to touch on the most. I think for me, the most important was really that Lawyer Lamore one, because looking back, I really just do not like that clue anymore. So I don't want anyone else to be frustrated at the end of the hunt if that was the one they focused on, especially. So I think, the ones we said that are great, I think are great. And if people are more focused on those will help with a lot of stuff, especially some of the stuff that maybe the entire community has wrong or something like that.
And I just want to say, Lawyer Lamore, of course, we wrote the clue for her, so nothing, no
yeah,
shade on
it's
Lawyer
our
Lamore.
own dang fault. But sometimes I'd rather be too subtle than over the top and just kind of end the hunt because we gave a hint that just ended the hunt. I don't think that's fun for anyone, and a lot of people are really invested, and we want whoever solves it to solve it.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, Lawyer Lamore, she's like a really great lawyer, good person, has a YouTube and TikTok, talks a lot about pop culture and legal cases. So she's really cool. And we had another lawyer too. We had Peter Tragos, which is another YouTube lawyer. That's a really nice guy. And I enjoyed his reel a lot that he did when he was talking about the hunt and giving a clue.
So Tristina says, lead pencil or lead singer? That's a good question. One of them will make sense. The other probably won't. I don't know if we want to give too much more away, though. I think we've been very helpful this stream. So I think maybe we cut our losses. We let everyone sit on all the good stuff.
Yeah, you're right. You're very welcome, Delise. So, I want you to know that I am actually working, I think I told you this last stream, with Delise's son, Garrett, who is a really good editor and a filmmaker. And he is helping put Max Fosh's clue into long form because we have it in the short form on our YouTube, and considering he has millions of followers, the algorithm didn't really take off. So Garrett is really helping put it together, making it long form, which should be out in just a little bit. So yeah, fingers crossed that it gets a little more traction, but really happy to be working with him. So if anyone needs an editor, he's really good, really good. So I don't think we can answer Agnes or Candy Putman. I don't think we can answer that, right, Sean?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to give too much more away because I think we've already been very helpful, and I think that a lot of people have a lot more to go back on and relook at now.
Why? Clarifying question. Does the way Instagram split the Eric Balfour clue a red herring?
That's just the way they split it. I wouldn't say it's a red herring if red herrings are intentional, but it could definitely be a rabbit hole. But that's it. I don't want to say too many more. See, I already got sucked into giving more. Mike is making me laugh in the chat, but yeah. I don't think you can say too much more, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know. I was having so much sound problem at first. I don't know if you could get it out, but thanks for helping me test this out, Mike, and also Beefagetti and Sea Star the other day. I appreciate that. So yeah, I see all these questions and comments, and I think, like Sean said, I don't think we can give away too much more in this stream. But we did want to talk about a couple other things if we're finished with the clues. Are we finished with the clues?
Yes, for now.
For now. Okay, so I think I told you before on a previous stream that Sean and I have separate projects we're doing. So as you know, we're partners for Anything Xavier, and we'll continue being partners for Anything Xavier. But some of our interest falls in different places. I know I'm more interested in doing these scavenger hunts and one-day treasure hunts, and Sean has other projects he's doing as well, and is probably more interested in the history of treasure hunts and things like that. So we decided that we are going to split the YouTube. So Sean will be starting a whole new YouTube, a really cool one, starting out with these amazing treasures that have been lost for a very long time. And I'm going to continue on this YouTube with some various projects I'm doing. Sean, what do you want to say about that?
Yeah, so I don't really have anything personally to announce at this moment for myself, but yeah, I'm basically what we're saying is Hillary's going to be operating this current YouTube channel, and at some point I will be announcing some own projects I'll be doing on my own. But yeah, I think that's the plan, and I think it's a good plan.
Let me just look, see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Oh, I did want to address one thing really quickly. So a searcher brought up to me the other day that I made a point on a previous stream to say a lot of you had tried to friend me on my personal Facebook, and I said I'm not going to friend anybody until after the treasure hunt. But first of all, I want to say there's absolutely nothing on my personal Facebook that will give any hint at all whatsoever. I'm barely on there. I just post occasionally for big occasions like my kid's birthday or prom or getting into college, something like that. Occasionally I'll post my pets doing something funny. In fact, I have a big, huge cat right here lying on my computer. Wait, let's see if you can see that. Say hi. That's Mr. Magoo. Anyway, so yeah, I'm rarely even on there, so there's nothing there. But there are just very few of you that I am friends with on my personal Facebook. A couple that I friended before the hunt ever started, and then I think there's a couple that I did friend, but we were having a different relationship beyond the treasure hunt. That sounds scandalous. but like I know I was talking to one of you about colleges for my son. I was talking to one of you about legal stuff because you had a lot in common with some stuff my husband's doing. So it had nothing to do with the treasure hunt. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that the reason I even brought it up is because I know I've friended people before and they don't friend me back, and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why don't they like me? So yeah, so I just that's the reason I brought it up in the first place. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that there's nothing that would be helpful whatsoever on my personal Facebook. Sassy Hillary, I know you follow trials like me. Were you watching what's the Fanny hearing? Fani? No, what is that, Sassy? Are you talking about the Frankie? Oh my God, yes. If you're talking about the Frankie, yes. I was way into that. Absolutely. If that's what you're talking about. That's crazy. She's talking about, I believe, Ruby Frankie, who had this YouTube channel called 8 Passengers, and she was arrested with her business partner. Die Hard is a clue. Absolutely, Mike. I actually watched it in Spanish the other day. I was flipping the channels. It was on in Spanish. That was great. Oh, not Frankie, Sassy? Then I don't know which one you're talking about. So guys, is there anything else? I want you to send you guys, the reason we did this a little bit earlier, because I know Jeremy has a stream that starts at 5, and it's like Jeremy does art or something like that. It's a great stream. You guys should go check it out. Occasionally there's a little treasure hunt talk, but not really. He draws these amazing pictures, and there's chat, and it's very zen and very calming, and he's a really good artist. So if you haven't checked out Jeremy's stream, it's Tuesdays and Fridays at 5. So you should go and check it out from here. It's really, really cool. So Sean, Mr. Cronin, anything else?
Not for this stream. I hope everyone has a great day, and hopefully this helps some people.
Yeah, sorry about the sound issue at first. But yeah, you guys, thanks for being in here. I hope this helped. Oh yeah, if you like this, I'd appreciate if you press like. And if you want to be notified for other streams, you just hit the notification button, which would be great. And yeah, guys, thanks for being in here. I hope this helps you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.